What's up, y'all? So today what I'm doing is I'm gonna do a stealth camp down in beautiful Point Pelee, Ontario. Finally got my car, so I got out of that iron forest for a bit, well, for good, and I'm gonna basically I'm just coming up to the water now. I'm gonna get to a whole lot of new places. This is the first one. So I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I got some cottages on my right. There's the water. Just beautiful. So I'm going to throw up the map in a second. I'm going to throw it up right now while I got these cottages on the screen. So right here is Point Pelee, the southernmost tip of mainland Canada. If I zoom in a little bit, we can see this is the little winter camping spot that I'm planning on doing my stealth camp for the night. And hopefully that goes well. Hopefully I don't get kicked out, because honestly it's a little bit of a drive back to where I'm staying. So anyway, back to the drive. So coming up to Point Pelee, we got bunch of cottages on the right. Kind of reminds me of Long Point, Ontario. Of course, they're all on the right where the beach is, on the water, of course. To the left, we have some marshland and not so many cottages over this way. But nice little spot. It is, like I said, the southernmost tip of Canada. Pelee Island is actually there's another island further south than Pelee. I think it's called Middle Island, which is the actual southernmost point of Canada altogether. So, nonetheless, it's a little bit of a drive to the point, and Point Pelee Historical Park of Canada. Alright, I'm going to have to deal with some park people. I didn't think I was going to have to, so we're going to see if I can even do this. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to cut the video for now, and then I'll go back after I deal with these people. Okay, so I'm just pulling through the parks people I just dealt with. So what I had to do was I had to get this, which is the visitor pass. It expires on sunset, so I'm supposed to be out of here on sunset, but that's not gonna happen because I'm gonna attempt to, of course, the stealth camp, which adds a little more excitement to this trip, because I honestly thought it was just a road that went down to some winter camping spot. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be ducking the parks people, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how I'm going to attempt that if I succeed, the method I'm going to use. So we're going to see if that works out. Alright, so because I didn't plan on dealing with the parks people, I could have did a little more research, but I didn't do it. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I just turned around right now. I'm gonna have to go back to the main park thingy, the main office, and I'm gonna have to kind of scope out the exit, because I'm hoping that they don't throw down like one of those car barrier thingies. Otherwise I won't be able to get out of here, and I have to work in the AM actually, so pretty early. So I'm hoping to get the heck out of here. And if I can even do this, I can't do it if there's a barrier. There has to be a way out. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going there right now. I'm going to just use the excuse that I have to use the washroom, and I'm going to use the washroom there and just kind of scope out and see if there is an exit plan for me in this car. So let's go do this. So I'm rolling up right now. I'm gonna keep my videoing a little bit incognito. As I roll up, I can kind of see that there is a little green thingy right here. Fuck. Oh man. Okay. They are definitely gonna close that night. Okay, so I went back there. Initially, the plan was I was going to do the stealth camp and then leave in the morning and hopefully get my ass to work at the right time. But that's not going to happen. They have these barriers that they lock up at nighttime. They put down these huge ass rocks so that people can't like come in with jeeps and quads and stuff at night. So that's not happening. However, the good news is that they open at 7 a.m. So I've came up with a plan. I'm not going to try to get out of here before 7 a.m. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scope out a spot to basically hide from them when they do their rounds to make sure everyone's gone. I don't know if they do like a counter thing with their they might do a counter thing. They might count the cars. At the very least, I'm a little skeptical about that. They might, realize, oh, one car or whatever, right? I don't think they record everything like video wise. So what I'm thinking is, when there's one number, if they have a little counter thing and they're like, okay, there's someone still here, they might do a round. They won't see anyone because around 6:30 I'm going to be stealthed out at like 6. So I'm going to be stealthed out at 6 o'clock, and then I'm just going to wait for the hour. I'm going to wait an hour just to be safe. So when they do their rounds, they won't see me if they do a second round after they realize there's still one number. In any event, what I'm hoping is that they're just, oh, we just miscounted, we forgot to click, whatever, right? That's the hope, that's the plan. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm gonna scope out a spot to do the stealth part where I'm literally like, so this thing right here in the back, I forget what it's called, but it's like a little blanket camo thingy made of like potato sack material. I'm gonna throw some branches and shit over the car, and then I'm gonna throw that over the car, and then there's lots of areas that I can hopefully park the car and do that. So I'm gonna do that, and then just kind of throw caution to the wind and see if they don't notice it, and hopefully they don't. Then I can do the stealth camp. I'll have the park to myself essentially, and then at 7 a.m. I'm just gonna roll out of here. See you later. So let's go find that spot. So, standing here at one of the many beautiful points of this place, Point Pelee. Forget what this one's called, but beautiful beach, miles of beach, beautiful Lake Erie, just breathtaking. This is actually the first beach that I've actually seen one of these guys here. It says charcoal only. That's pretty cool. You can throw up some charcoal, have a little barbecue, burn up some steaks whilst chilling on the beach. Now they only have day passes here. I don't believe there's actual camping, so nonetheless, stealth camping is the plan today. I'm gonna visit these sites today, check some stuff out, explore Peleepoint, and then once 6 o'clock rolls around, I'd say about 5:30, When 5:30 rolls around, then I'm going to stealth up, throw that camo blanket over the car, and then that'll be the moment of truth. See if this stealth thing could even happen. And I'm really hoping that it does, but we'll have to see. Taking a little bit of a risk. It's not exactly legal, but that's the name of the game. So nice skipping rocks on this beach, holy cow. Alright, let's move along. I've made it to the visitor parking area. This is the furthest that I can go in this car. Initially I was planning on stealthing it like right here in this little area, but because it's a day pass park, they're going to be driving around making sure everyone's gone at 6:30. Oh, can't park and parking that, can I? They're going to be making sure everybody's gone at 6:30, so the plans have changed. I'm going to be throwing that that stealth blanket over top of the car somewhere and hiding from them when they do their rounds, basically. So right now I'm walking to the tip. We're going to check out the tip. I'm going to walk up that guy right there and get a nice view. And after which I'm going to continue scoping out my stealth spot where I'm going to be parking this car and wrapping it. Again, if you're just in this thing here, if I didn't explain that properly, it is called something, I forget what it's called, but I'll remember later and I'll find the packaging for it. So let's go do this. So there's a pretty cool observation tower here that I would like to go on. Unfortunately, it's closed. It's got a sign there saying there's some construction going on or something like that. On another day, if I wasn't stealthing, I would do it, but I'm not trying to get kicked out before the stealth, so that ain't happening. Let's go check out the tip. It's probably about a 10-minute walk or so. Really beautiful place here in Point Pelee. That would have been nice to go up there. I kind of bummed out that I can't do it, but that's how things go. Feels so comfortable being here and just surrounded by water on a tip. The rocks here are kind of unique and cool. I'm going to show you all the little collection that I found. I'm going to give those to my kids. I got flat ones and just ones that I haven't really seen anywhere else. I've been to quite a few beaches in my time, and the ones here are pretty neat and unique. So just gonna go for a walk down to the tip. So like I said before, this is the southernest most tip of the mainland of Canada. Pelee Island is somewhere that way, further south, which is the southernmost point that you can get to as a tourist. You take the ferry from, I believe it's Kingsville, Ontario, and it's about 2 hour or so ferry ride. That's quite a nice place. I've been there with my wife. Further south than that, there, I believe, if my memory serves me right, there's a place called Middle Island, and that is, I guess it's notorious for some old school gangsters using that as like a midway point for gangster and mafia related business going on. I think they had like a gambling house there or something like that, where they would do some illegal gambling and whatnot. And of course that's in the middle of Lake Erie between Canada and the United States, Ohio. So that's that. That's the story on that in a nutshell. I don't know all the details, but that's what I researched anyway. So we're coming up to the tip. While I do this stealth camp, I'm not going to be touching a leaf. I'm not going to be breaking a branch. Nothing like that. This is a national park, and gotta respect the national parks, right? Normally I'd you know, get a fire going, cook some food. Not here. Not even gonna snap a single twig here, because that's how it is. Ooh, look at this. We're coming up to the tip. Dangerous currents, wading and swimming prohibited. So right here through, that's the water over there. I'm literally walking up the tip as we speak. Wow, this is beautiful. I'm assuming there's beach on both sides of the tip, right up here. Lots of danger signs. You don't want to go swimming in this water. The currents in Lake Erie are super dangerous. There she is, tip. Southernmost tip of Canada. Holy moly guacamole. I didn't expect this many trees to be here. I did look at I looked at the GPS satellite view. I don't think I've seen this many trees, but nothing wrong with trees. Holy man, this feels dreamy just being here. This is awesome. So the water's really wavy and dirty. I don't know how well you can hear me, because I know the wind is shooting around pretty fast right now. But I look at this water, it does look beautiful, but the brownish in the water, you can tell it's dirty and dangerous. Not a swimming spot for sure. This is really cool. There's waves coming in on almost all angles. Oh man. Wow. So the waves, that's about 50 feet or so from where I'm standing, and the waves just crash on both sides, and they're just swinging by the sand here. This is awesome. I'd imagine if it gets pretty stormy, where I'm standing would be like right underwater, right up to those rocks. Because I know the levels change pretty quickly in this lake. I'm not trying to get a soaker, but I'll walk up a little bit. Maybe we'll take that rock and add it to the collection. Actually, no, I want this fucker too. That's the tent. Whoa! I just got a soaker. The waves just came up behind me, right up into my boot. It's all good. That's how fast your footprints get washed away here. Holy cow. So as I was strolling along on the tip there, found this pretty cool piece of wood. It's been kind of looks like a half of a mask or something, like Lord of the Rings style. I don't know, that's pretty neat. This thing's been sitting in the Lake Erie for God knows how long. Still got pebbles and shit stuck in it. Pebble stones all in there. I'm gonna dry that out and see if I'm just gonna keep it as a souvenir. Something I picked up at the tip. Who needs a souvenir shop when you can just grab what the earth has to offer, right? Or in this case, the beach. Wow. It's still pretty chilly out right now. I still got my gloves and all that. Right now it's like March, I think it's March 7th. March 6th or March 7th, so it's still pretty chilly out here. Apparently this area is closed during the summer seasons, and my only guess to that is that it probably gets riddled with these flies that I seen when I was out on Pelee Island. If it's windy, they don't bug you as much, but wherever there's no wind, the flies are just brutal. So I'm guessing that has something to do with the fact that this place, this tip anyway, is closed during those months, because it's probably 90% of the time people can't even handle it because of those flies. In any event, I'm gonna go back to Pedro, which is my car, and throw this in there, regroup, and start scouting out that spot where I'm going to be stealthing for the night. Okay. So, unfortunately, I have to make the call to call this stealth camp a fail. The obvious reason is this is a national park, and doing any sort of breaking any of the rules on a national or provincial park is just not a good idea in general and specifically. Basically, these are nature reserves, and as overpopulated as the world is becoming, we need to preserve them and respect them with everything that we have. And the rules in particular. And stealth camping here would, I wouldn't be touching any of, if I were to do it, I wouldn't have been touching any of the wild, like the trees, or burning any wood or anything like that. I would just be kind of crashing out in this car. But breaking the rules in a national or provincial park is just not a good idea, like I said. So always respect the wildlife, the land, and anything that you experience basically in a national or provincial park. And pretty much respect anything, really. It's always good to walk around with respect. It's unfortunate I can't do the stealth camp. Like I said, it should have been obvious that as soon as I rolled up here and it was a national park that I shouldn't be doing it. But I'm only human, and I was in stealth camping mode, and I was pumped and ready to go. But okay, no, not West Beach. Where am I going? Sorry. So I was pumped and ready to go, and so I kind of overlooked the biggest point in that. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, I thought that the national park was up that way. I didn't know it was this whole entire piece of land, right? So I thought that I could go and just kind of camp out in that winter parking spot, and everything would be fine, not disturbing anything. I'm not burning or breaking anything, not having a campfire, stuff like that. So that's what I thought. But as it turns out, this entire Point Pelee is a national park, so can't do it. And it was also a bummer that I couldn't get up that observation tower, but that's life. So we're just gonna make do. I'm gonna go swing around that cemetery. Hopefully it's a really old cemetery, and see if we can find some cool gravestones. So let's go do that right now. Alright, so we made it to the Point Pelee Cemetery. There's a little bit of, you can freeze frame that and read that if you want. I'm not reading it right now, because I already did, to be honest. So, it's kind of neat. It says something about, there's a couple, about 20 or so people buried here in the mid-1800s. So I was right about that. I've been to an abandoned cemetery before near Hanover, Ontario. That was kind of creepy-ish, apparently. I think that was Mary Rutherford. Her grave is there. Apparently she was a witch. This looks like the monument thingy they posted up in 2020, commemorating the First Nation people that were buried here. That's kind of nice that they did that. We got some trees almost fully topped over here. I'd imagine that would be from the wind. Could be the shifting of the land too from the water. This is cool. I really wish I could have stayed here. This is a nice, peaceful place. Neato. What do we have? A bear, a pair of feathers, a wolf, turtle, another bear, eagle or a hawk, and another wolf. Looks like I'm all alone in this cemetery. Here we have some old grave headstone. What does that say? Cyrodian or Gyrodin. I don't see a date. Just has a name. Oh, there's some writing right here. I think that says 1877. So that's the late 1800s. I can't read any of this lettering, but that looks like a 7 and a 7 pretty clearly. So that would have been 1877. Well over a century old. Seems to be a lot of Marys in these old cemeteries. Mary, this looks like it says Miss Mary Bod Narek or something of the sorts. 1923. Sorry, Mary, if I mispronounce your last name. I can't even read half of it. Wow, this is cool and creepy. Huh. Lewis Livingston, 1875-1920. Daughter Victoria, 1916 to 1918. Oh, that's sad. She died when she was 2. Delorier, Oliver and Esther Delorier. 1882. She died in 1918. And, oh boy. That grave almost looks like it was restored. There's a pretty old one over here too. 1820. Looks like it says Alfred. I can't read his last name. But his ancestors have laid some pretty neat looking candles for him. Atkin. I think that's his last name. Yeah, Atkin. It says it in 2 spots. Wow. This would be the first time that I've ever been to a cemetery that's only accessible by foot. This guy's got his own fence. That's cool. Well, time to move on to the next point of Point Pelee. I think the next thing is going to be one of the lookouts. I might try to catch a sunset. Oh man, it's going to be a while for the sunset. I don't know. We'll just head to the next spot, wherever that is. So it looks like the Cactus Field footpath is the next destination in this journey. I was just going to head back to the beach, but I can't pass up a chance to see some cactuses, especially here in Canada, where I'm pretty sure they're non-existent, if not super duper rare. So far this just looks like a normal field to me. Let's see if we get lucky. Those red things over there, I don't know if you can see those, but they're like red prickly vines that grow to the ground. I've seen a lot of those in the iron forest. Quite a few of those, actually. Huh. Well, I'm wondering why they call this Cactus Field at this point. What an awesome day to do this, right in the beginning of March, before Easter. It's just a beautiful day. It is a little chilly, but I mean the sun's beating down through the trees and it's just really nice. Oh. See if I can one-time this thing. Oh, I did, but I lost my rocks. Oh, boy. Why did I not take those out of my pocket? Oh man, I had like a green thingy. I hope I didn't drop that here. I had a green piece of beach glass in here. Dang. These are the rocks I picked up on the beach. Yeah, it fell out of my pocket. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can get super lucky. Find it. Okay. No. Shite. Okay, maybe if I stand, sun should be reflecting off of it. Oh Dude. Oh well. It wasn't sharp, so it's not like anyone's gonna step on it anyway. Okay. One more quick scout. No. Let's go. Right. Wait uno minuto. Maybe that's why they call this Cactus Field. Like a lot of these pricklies in a lot of spots. Dude, everything like scattered out of my pocket everywhere. Why did I have to do that? Okay. No dice. Alright, anyway. Didn't drop my keys, did I? Alright, well. A nice little spot. If I was up north, I would... If we were up near bear country, near Wawa, this kind of reminds me of that. When I was with my wife and kids, I seen like a bear like nibbling on some blueberries and something like that, the tall grass, and it was pretty cool until he stood up on his hind legs, and then it got a little creepy because you realize how massive those things are, and it was just like a teenager bear too. It wasn't even a full-grown mama bear. Well, I think their term of cactus means prickly bushes. I did hear someone tell me near BC they have kind of like a desert terrain, and there is actually cactuses out there, so I mean, that's why I thought they might actually be serious about the cactus being here. I highly doubt it in Ontario, mind you, but lots of little saplings, evergreen saplings. It's good to see. These guys have like a reddish, brownish red tone to them. This is a nice little field. Now I feel like I'm going to get lost on this foot trail because it's starting to run thin. Parks people are marking some of the trees for their documentations. Probably stuff that falls off during the storm, I'm guessing. Okay. Lots of old trees in this area. I like to get a close-up of those birds. I know places like this have a lot of bird migrations going on. And out this way, right now, I can hear lots of different sounds. There's some more saplings. I've made it back to the main path. You know what? The sun is going down pretty quickly, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head her back to Pedro, and then I'm going to make my way over to the tip. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go to the... I'm just going to go to one of the beaches, walk along the beach a little bit, and then go back to the tip once we start getting the sunset. I decided I'm going to stay for the sunset today. It would be kind of a waste if I didn't. I mean, I can stay here till 6:30, so that's the plan. And again, if anyone watching this, if you fast forward, I totally called off the stealth camp out of respect for the rules of national and provincial parks. So, as pumped up as I was, it was the best call to make, and really the only call. So, yep, let's head her to the beach. Okay, so I'm on West Beach now. The sun is setting, and it's just beautiful. I actually changed my mind one more time. I'm going to stealth camp, and I built this structure. No, I'm just joking. I didn't do that. This is just something somebody did for fun. Anyway, this is West Beach. Way in the distance is the watchtower that's closed, that unfortunately I couldn't make it up. And again, we got more of these charcoal fireplaces, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever seen that at a beach before until now. So you're not allowed to burn wood in them, of course, because they don't want you messing with the nature here at this national park. But if you bring charcoal, you can plop her in there, fire it up, and cook whatever your heart desires. I wouldn't imagine it gets that busy here anyway, so I mean there's one, two, I mean they're riddled along the beach for those that want to utilize it. If I would have known that, I may have brought some charcoal and cooked something up. Boy, does it feel good to be on a beach again. No, it's not summer. So I was reading the signs back there over by the lookout tower, and it said they do have issues with flies, and particularly flies. They get a lot of flies out this way. So that was why this place is closed during the summer. It's more of a winter destination. This is a real long beach. Someone left a little rock collection that they found. It's kind of cool. Neato. Yeah, you're not supposed to take rocks from the beach here, but My niece is into that, and so are my kids, and I promised my mom that I would grab her some rocks, and so that's what I'm doing. Not that I'm intentionally breaking the rules, but a few rocks here and there, even though it's not going to hurt anything. With the amount of people in this country, if everyone had that mentality, there wouldn't be much rocks left on the beach. They'd all be in people's shelves and wherever they put their rocks. You normally see, sometimes they even tell you not to grab beach wood like this, just because it does affect the overall ecosystem if you remove the stuff. But anyway, they do tell you to... Oh, no, what was I going to say? You'll see rocks lying around sometimes in the city that are painted. And they kind of frown on that too. They don't want people painting rocks and whatnot. Because again, it would... if that trend picks up, then people would be removing all the rocks, essentially. And the rocks, I believe, they're minerals that the water needs and the earth needs, and yeah. So it's best to leave them. But off the record, I'm going to grab a few for my kids and my niece. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up honest, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not going to make a habit out of it, that's for sure. You're also not allowed, apparently you're not allowed metal detectors on this beach, which is kind of sucky, because metal detecting is kind of a cool hobby I was thinking about picking up. I did that out on Sauble Beach one year with my family. And it was pretty fun. We just found like pennies and stuff, but it was still fun. Hunting for treasure with the kids. That was the whole idea. Someone left their soul on the beach. Well, I stuck around and it was worth it. Got to catch the sunset on Point Pelee here. So with all the upsets of the journey, that was definitely the bonus right there. Just amazing. Out that way it's Pelee Island to the left. Well, that's it. I'm heading her back. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's kind of an upset. It wasn't a stealth camp, but next time I'll make sure it happens. And I won't be entering a national park. Take it easy.